Hey guys, so nice to meet all of you. Nice to see all of you. This is like the best part of the business, I think, for me, is getting to see other coaches and really getting to pay it forward, not only in Success Club, which is what we're talking about tonight, to new people, but to also open up our knowledge to other people on the team. How cool is that? That, you know, Bonnie always says we're a river, not a reservoir, that all the people, we all want everyone to be successful and we all share our information. I think that's so badass. Like, when else does that happen ever? Nowhere. Okay, so I want to get right into it. I want to respect your time. I am going to share my screen because I do have I do have slides, but let me just see if I can. No, I don't want to leave the meeting. What is happening? What's happening? All right, hang on. I do have slides. Let me see if I can access them. Yeah, here they are. What the H? Okay, let me see if I can do this. Share screen. Here we go. Not, but let's see. Present. Can Emily? Can you guys see this? I can't see you, so you'll have to verbally say yes.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, here we go. The power of I can. There is no Santa Claus. So I've presented this before, but every time I present it, I learn a little more and get more and more excited about presenting this topic because it's so, so important. Guys, I have been a coach for 2.5 years. I've worked with over 300 women, and I'm going to tell you the biggest piece of advice I can give you is to stop saying I can't. I can't is literally a death sentence for you. I'm going to tell you right now, every single person in your life, even the people that you love the most in the world, even the people you are closest to, who have your back through everything, who are so super supportive, at one point in your journey, they are going to tell you you can't. They are going to say, you can't do this because it takes too much time. Your husband's going to say, you can't be on your phone anymore. Your parents are going to say, you can't make this a sustainable business. Your best friend is going to say, you can't, we have X, Y, and Z to do. At some point, every single person in your life, at least one time, is going to tell you that you can't. So you can never be the one who says it. The only person that you can control at all in any form of the situation in the entirety of your business is yourself. And if you are telling yourself that you can't, you're dead in the water. You're dead before you even begin. There's no use anymore. You have to always, always be the person that says I can. At the last moment of the month, the last hour, you cannot be the person who says I can't. You have to be the person who says I can. There is such power and conviction in I can, and believing that, right? So let's go on to the other half of it, which there is no Santa Claus. So let's talk about that. Number one, my biggest piece of advice for Success Club, and we're going to talk a little bit about recruiting too, because for me, they go hand in hand. But in order to be successful in this business, in any part of this business, but especially with Success Club, stop waiting. Stop waiting. Number one, there is no magic. I am not going to tell you that there is some app on your phone or some system of keeping track or a follow-up message that the top coaches send and it magically works for us. There is no magic. It's all the same thing. It's hard work. It's consistency. It's the vital behaviors. You guys, there's nothing I'm going to tell you that's really revolutionary in any way. I'm just going to tell you that you have to do it. It's called elbow grease. There is no magic. So stop waiting for that YouTube tutorial that's going to tell you what to do, or that team call that's really going to make it click in. Just do the vital behaviors. Do them every day. Do them over and over every single day, and you'll be successful. It's easy. It's hard because it's so simple, right? I wish I could give you a magical formula. I wish I had one. There is no magic, okay? So stop waiting for it. Number two, there is no right time. Next month or as soon as this drives me crazy. I love it. I respect it, but it drives me crazy when a coach will tell me, well, I'm busy this month, or this thing happened, or, and when XYZ happens, as soon as I do, then I'm going to. Guys, just do it. Stop overthinking it. Stop telling yourself when things get easier, when things get, when I have a little more money, when I have a little more time. You're never going, it's just like having kids. There's never a good time. There's never a right time to do it. You just have to do it and then work it out, okay? So really, really, really important. Stop waiting. Stop waiting until the last week in the month to hit Success Club. Hit Success Club day one. Just do it. Have the intention that you will not wait, that every single day in the first week, your goal is to hit Success Club. Because if you tell yourself, well, I have 4 weeks, you're going to wait until the last week, and most likely you're not going to hit it. But if you give yourself the deadline of every day, I get to Success Club. Every day, 3 more people buy challenge packs. That's how you hit Success Club 20, 30, 40. And I've done it. I've been there. 25 weeks in, I know that you can do it too. 25 months in, I know you can do it too, okay? So there is no right time. There is no next month. There's no as soon as I. Just do it, right? Stop waiting. You are more than enough. Ditch your limiting beliefs. This is the same as what I was talking about before. You can never, ever be the person who says you can't. You can't. You have to be your biggest fan, your biggest supporter, the person who always says, I can. Because the fact of the matter is, guys, you are your greatest attribute. It is you. You have something that nobody else has, and it's you, the power of you. You're more than enough. You have all the tools. There is no magic. You have it. So ditch that limiting belief that tells you that you aren't good enough to do it. You are. And stop waiting to be good enough. You already are. So stop waiting. That's my number 1 tip. 2, do the work. Number 1, be the CEO. So this is a big thing I really like to stress, especially with new coaches, especially when you're trying to hit Success Club, and especially when you are recruiting people to your team. I came into this business not knowing a single thing. I didn't have my personal training. I wasn't a nutritionist. I had no experience in marketing. I had no experience with network marketing. If I knew what network marketing was, I probably wouldn't have signed up for it. I didn't know anything about anything. All I knew was I'm going to be really good at this job. I'm going to do as much as I can, and I want to be the boss. That's what I knew. Those 3 things. That's it. And I became the CEO the second I signed up as a boss, or the second I signed up as a coach, I became the boss. And what I mean by that is I didn't wait for Bonnie to tell me every single thing. If she didn't get back to me, or I could find it on an FAQ or a Google or a YouTube, I just did that first. I first went and tried to find the information for myself, because I knew that if I really wanted to be the CEO, I couldn't act like the person in the mailroom, okay? I had to act like the CEO. If I wanted to make $1 million, I had to act like a person who was making $1 million. I didn't want to be a newbie, and I didn't want people to think that I was. So I acted the part. I was the CEO. I started to make my own trainings. I made my own team page when I had 2 coaches. I made my own team page. I made t-shirts for my team. I put together little booklets for everyone. And I did that not because I'm an overachiever, really, guys. I'm not. Not because I'm some mastermind, leader, all this. I didn't know. I just had fun, and I knew that if I was the boss of something and I really cared about it, I would put this much time into it, and I would really take over. Because here's the thing, guys, a lot of you stop, before you wait, a lot of you are thinking, well, I'm going to wait until I'm a diamond coach before I make my own team page, or I'm going to wait until I have a couple of coaches before I start talking about the coaching opportunity on my page. Why? Why would you wait? Why? Here's the thing. You're never going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to post stupid things. You're going to have silence in your team page. You're going to host team calls where nobody comes. And you're going to do that as a 4-star diamond. I make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes all the time. Better to make those silly mistakes when you have 2 people rather than wait until you have 12 people who are all clamoring for your attention. How do we do this? How do we do this? And then you're also trying to put together all this stuff. Put together the stuff now so that you have people to add to your team, right? So that you do a couple of videos on what the coaching opportunity is, or what Shakeology is, or just get in front of the camera and talk a little bit about being a coach. Just do it. Be the CEO of your business. Stop waiting. You can't. Chicken, egg, both the same, right? You have to be the CEO now, so do it. Number 2, invite, what that really means. Okay, guys, I'm going to get real with you. How many times have you said, oh, I'm inviting. Hey, Susie, I'm going to send out 3 invites. Hey, Susie, saw your wedding pictures. You look really pretty. That's not an invite. That is not an invite. When you cheat on your invites, the only person you're cheating is yourself. It's just like your workout, guys. You're not hurting anyone else's business by sort of inviting. The only business you're hurting is your own. Okay? Be real with yourself. If you can't send 10 legitimate invites a day, send 3. If you can't send 3 legitimate invites a day, you need to work harder. Anybody can send 3 invites a day. An invite is, hey, Susie, I saw your wedding pictures. You look so beautiful. Where did you get your dress? I want to know more about it. I don't know if you've been following me, but you keep coming up, your pictures keep popping up, and you just look so happy and so vibrant, and I just know that you would fit right in on my team. I don't know if you know anything about Beachbody. Have you heard of it? That's an invite. Not a very good one. Don't record that. Don't. But that is an example of an actual invite. There's a difference between the two. Don't cheat yourself. Do the work, guys. It is harder to do the invite than just the, hey, you look really great. How are you? That's not an invite. You should do those too. Those are check-ins, but that's not an invite. You're just hurting your own business when you cheat yourself. Okay? Not fooling anyone. Right? Okay. Number 3, never sell a challenge pack. Always sign a coach. Okay, this is advice that Nikki Goss gave me. And at first, when she first said it, I felt really icky. I was just like, I don't know about this. But what she said was she never sells a challenge pack. She never sells challenge packs. She always signs up coaches with challenge packs. And I was like, because that's not how I signed up. I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Like, what if they don't want to work the business? Like, don't you feel kind of weird and smarmy about that? And she like literally looked me in the eyes, like totally serious, stared into my soul. And she was like, how selfish is it of you that you treat your new customers like one and dones? And I was like, what? I am not selfish. What are you talking about? And she was like, when you sell a challenge pack, you assume that they're going to do a challenge group for 30 days, drink Shakeology for 30 days, and then quit. That's what you do when you sell a challenge pack. When I sell a challenge pack and sign with someone, but as a coach, it's because I know Shakeology is going to change their life, that this group is going to change their life, that they're going to want to continue it because my group is so great and their results are so good and they've had such an amazing time, they can never even consider an option of quitting. They wouldn't quit for the world because it's worked so well for them. And instead of having to harass them into doing the $40 and getting them back and doing this other thing and whatever, I'm saving them time, I'm saving them money, and I'm making sure that they're set for life. And it blew my freaking mind when I heard that because that's so spot on correct. That's absolutely 1,000% correct. How selfish is it of us to deny anyone this opportunity and also deny them the opportunity of drinking Shakeology at a discount for the rest of their lives? That's what we want people to do. That's what we know people should do, right, for their health. So why not sign up a coach with a challenge pack? So I'm going to give you a phrase that's going to change your life forever. When someone agrees to buy a challenge pack from you, instead of being scared about losing the sale, because that's about you, not them, I want you to say, why don't we go ahead and sign you up for the discount? Why don't we go ahead and sign you up for the discount? I'm going to say it one more time. Why don't we go ahead and sign you up for the discount? Not, do you want to sign up for the discount? Question mark. Why don't we go ahead and sign you up for the discount? Because inevitably what they're going to ask is, what discount? They're not going to be like, scam, and run away. They're going to act like a normal person and ask, what discount, right? And then you can have a genuine conversation where you say, I know you're going to love Shakeology. I know it's going to change your life, and I know you're going to want to do it for more than a month. This makes sure you get it $15 cheaper, or Canadian equivalent, $15 cheaper. And if for some crazy reason in 2 weeks you really hate Shakeology or you can't afford it, just cancel it along with your HD. I guarantee you that 75% of people will sign up. That means that if you hit Success Club 10 every month, in 2 months, you would have enough coaches to go diamond. All right, guys, come on. No brainer. Never sell a challenge pack. Always sign a coach. Okay. Number 4, get to Emerald. So this is a little veering off topic of Success Club, but I think it's really important, guys, especially when it comes to recruiting and growing your business, because we know that Success Club is only the first stop on the train. The only way that you're not an Emerald right now is that you don't trust your business. And this is why I say that. I know that sounds harsh, but this is why. If you haven't signed up your significant other, your sister or your mom or somebody else whose account you can control, you don't trust this business. You either don't think you're going to get your investment back, or you don't think you're going to be successful in the long run, or you don't think that this business is really for you. Because, and I'm telling you this from a sincere place, of when I started as a coach, I was broke as a joke. Like literally I had $40 in my checking account, but I still signed up my husband as my first coach on my weak leg because I knew that in a year I would be making more money than I'd ever had, and that account in the first space in my weak leg was also going to be making money. And that's exactly what happened. His account makes money every week that pays for everything that he gets, right? And then some. It is absolutely out of this world insane that people don't sign up at least one business that they can control under them. It just doesn't make any sense to me. If you really, really trust your business, you'll do it. You'll do it tonight, to be honest. And also with Emerald, that's when you get leads. That's when you get team bonus cycles. That's when you can really open up your business and have some clout and have some momentum. Not getting to Emerald means you don't trust your business. So I want you to meditate with that. I'm not going to go into that because that's not really our topic for tonight. But I want you to meditate with that. How much do you trust your business and how much do you trust you, right? Okay. Number 5, how can you solve someone's problem? So if I were to boil down this talk into 2 of the most important things that you're going to hear all night, the first one is the I can. This is the second one. I'm going to tell you right now that the most successful coaches in this business, and those of you on this call that will be successful in the long run, are people who look to solve other people's problems, not your own. Listen, we all got problems, all right? You got problems, I got problems, we all got problems. But the last thing you want to do is project or put your problems on other people. It's not your Facebook friend's job to solve your problems, not their job. It's actually whose job? Your job to solve their problems. So this is what a coach that fails does, especially at Success Club. First of the month comes around, you're looking at a 0-0 in your back office and you're like, oh, all right, I have to get to Success Club. What do I do? And you go and you look on your Facebook and you go through your friends and you think to yourself, how can these people get me to Success Club? All right, that's the exact big fat X thing that you want to do. Those people aren't there to solve your Success Club problem. All right? That's your problem. Instead, the people who are successful at the first of the month go into their friends list, go through their pages, go through their conversations that they've had with them, go through, look at their stuff, and think, how can I solve their problem? Who hates their job out of my friends? Who talks about how they don't fit into any of their clothes anymore? Who's made a sort of passive-aggressive comment about how ugly they are? Who's made a sort of weird comment about how sad they are? Whose problem can you solve? Guys, we have the solution to the obesity problem. We have it. We have it. It is a golden solution that we know works with a 30-day money-back guarantee. We have the solution to the obesity problem. We have the solution to the no jobs problem. We have the solution to the economy problem. We have it. It's here. We have it. We have it. Who are you going to give it to? Who has a problem that we can solve with it? That is what you need to go into Thinking Success Club. If you go into every month or into this right now with a week left thinking, who's going to solve my problem? You're going to feel salesy. You're going to feel smarmy. You're going to feel shitty. You're going to hate it. You're going to not want to invite. It's going to be the last thing you want to do. You're going to feel just like, oh, I just want to put it off to next month. Just forget about Success Club. I'll try again next month. Those are the people who think that way. But if you wake up with the knowledge that you absolutely have the golden goose, that you have the solution to loads of problems, you're going to be so excited to invite. And when you invite, it's going to come off as genuine, because it should be genuine. We have the solution to people's problems. We can help them. We can change their lives. We can save people's lives with this solution. Why wouldn't you want to invite? Why wouldn't you want to invite everyone? Right? How has it changed your life? Go in with that energy, right? Okay. Make yourself known. Okay, here we go. Beachbody is not a 4-letter word. Guys, I have a little bit of a pet peeve with some people who invite, and this is what they say. Who's also received this message, right? Hey, Hannah, I looked at your things. You look really cool, like la-di-doo-di-da. I'm a health and fitness coach, and what the F does health and fitness coach mean? Or, I'm a nutrition coach. What does that mean? I'm an online coach. What does that mean? And why should I trust you? Guys, Beachbody is a legit company. It's an incredible company. It has the top selling programs in both the United States and in Canada. Why would you pretend that you don't work for them? That would be like me saying like, hey, I work for like an animation company and we draw like Disney or, characters and whatever. It's like, why don't you just say you work for Disney? Why would you beat around the bush? Everybody knows what Disney is. They know that it's awesome. Why would you be weird about it? Guys, you could say that you're a Beachbody coach. People aren't going to see Beachbody and run away. In fact, that's probably going to get people more excited. And if it does make people turn them off or whatever, you're going to be the missing link. So yeah, maybe they dealt with a weird, horrible Beachbody coach in the past, but that doesn't mean they're not going to like you or not dig you or not go to your page or not want to join your team. Beachbody opens doors. Don't treat it like a 4-letter word, because eventually you're going to have to tell them you work for Beachbody, and then it's going to be weird. So just lead with it. Lead with it. Be proud that you're a Beachbody coach. I'm damn proud that I'm a Beachbody coach, right? I tell everyone I'm a Beachbody coach. Everyone, all right? It's not a 4-letter word. Be proud of it, okay? And if you feel weird about it, say it to yourself in the mirror. I'm a Beachbody coach. I'm a Beachbody coach, until it doesn't become weird anymore. All right, number 2, but that said, you are more than the Beachbody brand, meaning there's a reason why me, you, your aunt, your friend that you signed up, and Bonnie Engel can all be successful. Even though we all sell Beachbody products, we're not the same people. We have different markets. We have different strengths. We have different weaknesses. We have different stories. There is no competition in this business because we're so personalized. Yes, we all sell the same product, but our challenge groups are totally, totally different. We do different things, right? That's why, your market, they would never sign up with me, and my market would never sign up with you. So that's why we do this. That's why we share all of our secrets, because there is no secret, right, at the end of the day. So be more like you. All those things that you think are weird about you, that are too nichey, that are nobody likes, nobody would like this thing that I collect these glass swans. I guarantee you there's going to be at least 20 people who love that you love glass swans. Probably more than that. Be your weird self. And if you're not weird, if you're just really cool, but you feel awkward about it, be cool. Be whatever you want to be. If you like smoothie bowls, post all about that. If you can't stand smoothie bowls, post all about that. Whatever it is, just be you. Be you, but also be Beachbody. Be both of them. Be proud. Be one and the same, right? Okay, so number 3, if you're afraid to tell people you're a coach, you will never grow your business, so start telling people IRL, in other words, in real life, okay? Listen, like I said, I tell everyone I'm a Beachbody coach. My dentist has been in my challenge group. My massage therapist has been in my challenge group. The girl who works at my massage therapy has been in my challenge group. The checkout girl at my local grocery store was in my challenge group. I tell everybody I'm a Beachbody coach, because why not? Why not? I'm going to tell you right now, you will be 1,000 times better online talking to people if you practice talking to people in real life. If you can have a real, like, face-to-face, my eyeballs look at your eyeballs conversation about being a Beachbody coach in real life, online messages are going to be like a breeze. You're going to be like, send, after you've had 10 or 20 conversations in real life, because we can hide behind a computer screen in this business. That's probably why some of you were even interested, because you're like, oh, thank God I don't have to talk to people in real life. Talk to people in real life, tell them. You're going to get better. You're going to get better at this if you can get better at talking about it in real life. And people who know you in real life want to talk to you about it, want to support you. They're probably going to be nicer to your face than they are behind a computer screen, to be honest. So just get out there. Spread the word. Okay, and this is my final slide, and then we can open it up to a Q&A. How can this business support you? If I had a t-shirt with my favorite phrase that I've ever come up with, it would be this: how can this business support you? Let this business support you. Number one, you're the CEO, but your coaches and challengers do not work for you, so don't treat them like employees. This is huge. This is true of Success Club too, and especially when you start to have coaches of your own who are trying to hit Success Club. Remember, it's the same principle of looking for people when you're hitting Success Club. Your coaches don't work for you. So they're not trying to solve your rank problems, your elite problems, your income problems, your bonus cycle problems. They have their own problems. How can you help your coaches more? In helping your coaches, you actually help yourself, number one, but you also extend this hand to them, right? I don't have a lot of employees working under me. I don't pay their salaries, right? They work beside me. We are peers in this business, okay? There is not this structure. We're actually all peers, which is pretty cool. Don't treat your coaches like your employees. Otherwise, when they don't hit Success Club or when they come up against a road bump, you're going to resent them. So don't feel like that, all right? And same thing with your challengers. And same thing with your prospects, right? Don't treat them like they owe you something. They don't, right? They don't. So treat them with respect. Number two, if one of your challengers is struggling with your problem, what would they need to hear? Do that. Okay, so this is a big thing for Success Club too. Because a lot of you will probably fall into this trap where you stop posting on your wall for days and days because you're going through a hard time, okay? And you feel disingenuine posting like sweaty selfie when you're like having a hard time in your life. All right, well, coach yourself. If you were a challenger going through a hard time, and I know Emily and I talked about this on my team call, if you were a challenger going through a hard time and your challenger came to you and said, I just had a friend who died, or, this is happening in my life, or, this is going into credit default or whatever, what would you say to them? Would you say, well, sounds like you need to roll over and die? Like, no, you wouldn't say that. You probably wouldn't say, well, sounds like you need to lock yourself in your room and only watch Netflix for the next 2 weeks. No, you probably wouldn't say that either. And you certainly wouldn't be like, well, sounds like you need to go to Krispy Kreme and eat as many donuts as you can shove into your face. You wouldn't say that, would you? You'd say, hey, it sounds like you need to lean on your peers. It sounds like you need to go to your community and ask them to support you. It sounds like you need to find healthy outlets like working out, like drinking your shake. It sounds like you need to maybe go see a health counselor just for a week and then talk about your experience so other people don't feel weird about seeing a health counselor every once in a while. Guys, you have to coach yourself, and you need to share that on Facebook. It's so important to be open. Now, I'm not saying verbally diarrhea all of your life's issues onto your wall. I'm saying be the coach in that. How are you the victor in this story? Not the victim. How are you the victor? You can talk openly about how you're having a hard time, but how are you rising above it? How are you getting better? And seriously, guys, if you're having a hard time doing that, speak to yourself in the third person. I'm the crazy person who does that. I say, Hannah, you got to get it together, girl. Hannah, I know this is hard. I want you to get up and just run around the room for 10 minutes. Or, Hannah, let's just belt out a song in our car and cry it out. Sometimes I need to refer to myself in the third person when I'm coaching myself, because it is hard to say, like, I will feel better when you feel like dog shit. It's hard. But if you refer to yourself in the third person and you coach yourself, the promise you will get better, and you'll stop seeming so crazy when you do it more than once. Okay, so number 3, people don't relate to perfection, they relate to progress, but turn your mess into a message. Okay, we just talked about that. And finally, this is a marathon, not a sprint. All right, so I didn't become a Success Club 5 legend overnight. It took me 25 months. I've done a lot of failing. I've done a lot of succeeding. I've learned much more from my failures, to be honest. I'm very proud of the failures. I'm probably much more proud of the failures than the successes, to be real. But I think it's really important, guys, to not think of this business month to month. Even though, you know, we do have that goal of Success Club every month, and that's important. But I think it's also really important to think of it in the long term. To be a sustainable business, you have to sustain all parts of you. You have to sustain this, you have to sustain your body, and you have to sustain your heart. You cannot sprint until exhaustion, get SC 25 and then SC 0 for the next 3 months because you're so freaking exhausted, right? You have to think of this in terms of a marathon. So that is why we talk about invite 3 to 5 people every day instead of invite 30 people every 2 weeks, right? Invite a little bit at a time. Do a 30-minute workout once a day. Drink 1 shake. You know, take it a day at a time, because the long run, the marathon is financial security, retiring my husband if that's what you want to do, selling all your stuff and moving to Puerto Rico. You know, whatever it is, think of that marathon picture that you have in your mind, but don't feel like you have to sprint there. Everybody's journey will take a different time. You know, yours might take 5 years where mine might take 2. Mine might take 10 years and yours might take 6 months. You know, we don't all have to be like Bonnie Engel, who did it in like, you know, half a nanosecond. We can take our time. We have different lives, different things that come up for us, different situations. Embrace your own journey and realize that nobody else can run it for you, but you have to keep going forward. Always, always, always forward motion. All right, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to stop this share and open it up to everybody. And we could talk some questions about hitting Success Club or tools that I use, but I always think mindset's the most important thing. All right.
First of all, I hope you guys all took notes, because I took like 4 pages of notes, and I've never missed a month of Success Club. So, guys, there were notes to be taken. My main, like, if I had to pick one major takeaway from everything, it was when Hannah said, just do it. It doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter what's going on. Success Club is a non-negotiable. Helping people is a non-negotiable. So it doesn't matter all the other things. Focus on just making it happen, no matter what. Does anybody have any questions that they want to put in the chat box? They want to unmute themselves and ask.
Don't be shy. I love talking to people.
Anyone? No questions, really?
Well, that must mean that everybody on the call is at Success Club. Because if you're not, you might want to ask questions about it. Just saying.
I'll ask a question if people are too afraid. Or Michelle, do you have a question?
I just want to say thank you for your time. That was awesome. I love that you said, you know, you can never be the person who says that you can't, and that you are your greatest attribute, because I think any time that things, you know, if we get on the struggle bus, it's all up here. Mm-hmm. Like it totally is, right? And Emily and I talk a lot about that, actually, about how like mindset is everything in this business. And you know, it's great to look at people's timeline and see all the wonderful things that they're doing. But yeah, there are times that it's hard, and the only person that can get it out of you is you. So I'm really happy that you touched on that topic.
Well, yeah, and you know, we could do an open forum sort of about this. It continues to blow my mind whenever I see a coach or see someone who's like, you know, I really admire this person because they're doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm always just like, well, why don't you just do it then? Like, Why don't you just do that then? I'll have a coach be like, I had someone a coach reach out to me and be like, I'm so inspired by your paleo journey and like I've always wanted to do it. Well then friggin' do it. Like, I don't own it. Like I don't own the rights to that. Guys, it's so important to remember like nobody owns anything. Like you do you. Don't feel like, oh, because this coach does live video, I can't, or this coach already posted about this thing about Success Club, so I just do it. Like nobody cares. Nobody's looking at your timeline as much as you're looking at your timeline. And everything that you do is not going to be a copy and whatever of somebody else because it's going to be uniquely you. So don't let anything hold you back. Literally, don't let anything in this business hold you back. Don't let rank hold you back. Don't let like fear hold you. Just do things. Just try a lot of things and see what sticks and see what works. And if it doesn't work, then don't do it again. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's okay. It's all right. I tried to do the ultimate reset and I lasted 7 days and I failed. I hated it. I hated it. So I stopped doing it. Oh, well, I was just like, sorry, guys. Remember I said I was going to do the ultimate reset? I lied. Not doing it anymore. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. It's fine. Try things.
Love it. Okay, one thing that I think people could benefit from, even if they don't want to ask, is because it is the 26th, it is the last like couple of days, what would be your biggest piece of advice for the last Success Club push? So if people aren't at Success Club, to push to hit it in the next 4 days.
Okay, I would make 3 lists in a notebook. Don't get fancy about it. Just make 3 lists. The first list, I want you to go through your friends. Just start from the top. Go to your friends, A's, B's, it doesn't matter. Run down it and put 20 people that if they joined your team tomorrow, you would literally pee. Like you would be so excited. Like it would just like be the best thing in the entire world. Those 20 people. It doesn't matter if you've reached out before and they've said no. I don't care. It's just your dream. It's just your dream team. Your dream team. 20 people. Okay. Your second list is I want you to go down your friends and if any of them have said anything negative about their life, about their job, about their circumstances, finances, their bodies, especially anything negative, I want you to find the most negative people. Seriously, the most negative people you can find on Facebook. I want you to write down 20 of their names. We all have 20 people who are negative on Facebook. I promise. Especially with our election coming up. Yikes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, list out 20 people. Then your third list, I want you to make a list of people that you have previously invited. So if you're a brand new coach, I don't know if you have any brand new coaches on your team.
A few.
Okay, so if you're a brand new coach and you haven't invited that many people, I would just either double your dream team list or double your like they have a problem list, or I would just make a list of like people who just stick out to you and you don't quite know why. That's also a good list to make. It's just like people that you like you don't know why you like. There's like this girl who would just like do cool photos of the ocean, and I was like, I don't know you, and I just like your photos. Like I just put down her name on this list because I just liked her. I didn't quite understand why. So the reason why I want you to do this, guys, is the thing that keeps people from, especially during crunch time, I guess we can call it, is fear of starting. It's just like that, like there's so many people that you just don't know who to invite. So breaking it down into a list is going to help you. Okay. Then I want you to every day invite 5 people from each list. I know that sounds like a lot, but really 15 people isn't a lot if you just see the list 20, 20, 20. Or you could do 3 people from each list every day, but do a handful of people from each list every day and invite them. Because here's the thing, the people who need us the most are the people who are most negative. Those are the people who need us the most. And you can solve their problem, right? So don't be afraid to reach out to negative people. It's a cry for help. It really is. And I think you'll be surprised how many of those negative people will actually not be that negative to you. And they'll be like really touched that you saw that they were hurting. And I would just approach it like that, like, hey, Kimmy, I don't know, I don't want this to sound weird. I know that we're not that close, or I don't want this to sound weird. I know it's on Facebook, but I saw that post you said about like how you took that picture and you look so fat. And it really made me, hurt inside, because I know you're such a beautiful person, and I have felt that way. And I just think that you would really benefit from doing one of my empowerment fitness groups. Is that something that you would ever think about doing? Guys, that is like that's like a hand. That's a hand extension, right? And that's what we're doing when we invite. We're just extending a hand. Hey, I have this thing. I think that you would really benefit from it, right? So that makes it easier. Those negative people, that's actually your easiest invites, right? Then with your rock stars, pump yourself up and really pump them up. Like, Susie, I don't know if you know what I've been doing. I don't know if you've been following my page, but every time I think about my dream team, you're on it. And I would just like send them a picture of you with a list with their name on it. Just be like, you're on my dream team list. I think of you every single time I think of people on my dream team, because you're smart and you're funny and you rock climb and you just like, really, you're so awesome. I want you on my team because I want to work with you and I want to be with you. And I just like think that you're amazing. And I want you on this list, because how amazing would it be for you to get a message from someone that's like, you're this and this and this, and you're on my dream team. Like, when I think of people I really want to like lock arms with, it's you. Like, that feels good. So I would send that kind of message to them. And then the list of sort of just like people you don't know, you just like them, that's probably a tribe. Like, they're in your tribe and you just don't know it. Like, and I would just send them a message like that, like, hey, Kim, this might sound weird, and I know we don't really know each other, but I just like you. There's something about you that I don't know. I just think that we would be really good friends, and I love your photos of the ocean. And every time I think about a challenge group, I want to invite you because I just feel like we would get along really well. It can be that simple, guys, right? When you send and I'm just going to tell you, you might think to yourself, like, that seems weird because it's so nonchalant. You will get more people to join your challenge and your team doing that, being genuine of just like, I like you and I think this might work, than you will being like, hey, Susie, have you ever heard of Beachbody? It's a company that produces such things as 21 Day Fix, P90X. I've been looking through my friends list, and I really think you'd be interested in this opportunity. What do you think? Like, that bullshit is never going to work. Like, don't do that. That's so weird. Just be yourself in your invites. It is so much less weird to be like, I don't know what it is, but I like you. I like your conversations with your husband. I think it's really hilarious. And I think you'd probably really enjoy my team. Like, we're badass women and we do a lot of stuff and we work from home. What do you think about that? That is going to work for you and be way more genuine than any sort of corporate copy and paste weird salesy thing that you come up with. So just be your normal weird self, because I would rather have someone be like, oh, thanks, that's so sweet, I don't think that's really my thing, than have them not answer you, which is what's going to happen 90% of the time if you send a weird copy and paste message. Just telling you. So that would be my biggest piece of advice. Make those lists and go for it.
Love it. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions at all before we let Hannah go? Because I want to be generous to her time. No? All right. Well, thank you, Hannah, for chatting with us. If you want, I can send you the recording for your team.
That would be great. But
thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, to share all of your knowledge and giving me 4 pages of notes.
Anytime, guys. And remember, it isn't life and death. You can do it. And you guys have such incredible power. So use it and don't let anybody tell you you can't. All right?
Love it.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Bye, guys.